Good evening. Noswithar. Hello, here we are again. Croizo, welcome back to the channel. Puzzle Combat today, and this is my third video. Now, I did say I would try and do 3 videos on the different stages of the mercenary events, because as I say, there's an argument that you're dealing really where you've got 30 levels and you can use whichever heroes and battle items and everything else you want. You are dealing with a marathon, not a sprint. And so there is an argument that your tactics need to change. You could use your best battle items very early on, but then you won't have them later on. So it's kind of doing it in stages. Start slow and go for a sprint finish is my advice, particularly as the later levels are the ones where you will earn a lot more points. So my team is not going to change now. So I'm now on to Thrasher, Haruto, who are my 2 5-stars that are both level up. Foxtrot, a good powerful all-rounder, Talia as a debuffer and sniper, and Blunderbuss, who, dare I say, is probably the most important player on the team, even though she's only a 4-star. Her attack boost is massive. Now, I am going to be swapping a few things around now that I'm on to I'm actually on to the last 4 levels. I'm going to be bringing in some flame bombs. I'm going to be taking the slightly risky decision to get rid of the reliable old tranquilizer darts. I am running very low on them now and swapping them for small charge drinks because I think there is value in those. I will just quickly exit out of here. So this is one of these things where I do talk. Now, some video YouTubers would skip this and go, "You don't need to see this." But I think it's important to be aware that sometimes you'll be doing things and you'll think, "Oh, actually, I haven't got this quite right, or I haven't done this in the right way." So I'm now rushing to my craft workshop to make sure I have tons of these minor mana potions. The beauty of the minor mana potions is they're very, very cheap. You can use a few of them very, very quickly, and if you get it wrong, it's not. You're not going to run. Well, you can run out of them, but it's a lot less likely than if you use the more expensive battle items. So here we go. So we're going to go for that. So I've got, as you can see, I've got high-powered health kits, flame bombs, and 2 sets of mana potions. It also helps that Thrasher and the attack boost are very, very similar. Now, when I'm dealing with these later levels, I tend to find that the best thing is just to aim to clear as many tiles from the screens as you humanly can. As you can see, this is now, the board has now changed, which is, the board has opened up reasonably well, which is why I've gone for activating Blunderbuss. There's a 5 in a row there. For the first 3 waves, I'm less interested in red tiles than I am just general board clearance, because the more tiles I'm getting rid of, the more likely it is that red tiles are just going to come into play anyway. I find personally it's very, very hard to manage to get really good boards 4 waves in a row. I mean, it can be done. I have had it happen, but it takes so many replays that sometimes you just get to the point you think, do you know what? This is more effort than I can afford. Especially as obviously world energy doesn't necessarily come free. It depends how much you have saved up and whatever else have you. Always be on the lookout for sort of obvious little moves that are going to start a combo. Sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. Combos tend to. They can be easy to start. Starting a combo is the easy part. To be fair, finishing off one and getting like an amazing combo does almost always come down to a ton of luck. I'm going to hope. I'm sort of. So many red tiles on the screen now. It's really, really tempting to just go, oh, bound to work. But not necessarily. Let's attack boost that. It's just not quite. It's not a bad attack, this one, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think I'm going to. There's the 5 in a row I'd been looking for. Slightly too late, though. I think it might be that for this one, I may just mark this down as a level to improve later on. 2 minutes and so on. For the last 4, I would say try and do it in under 2 minutes for about the last 5 waves for a high score. So 117, it's not a disrespectful score, but it's definitely one I would play again. Now, for the last 3, I would suggest you probably want to consider bringing in the Chrono Blasters. Now, the shot grenades, I would normally say shot grenades, not flame bombs, but as I'm obviously very short of shot grenades, I'm going to say go with the flame bombs instead. go for your attacks in speed. Now, the main thing is, again, you may have to replay this a few times. Sorry, I'm talking fairly quickly here because obviously there's quite a lot to squeeze in and I'm trying to do it as the game is going on. Don't be afraid to... don't be afraid to replay the mission. If the boards are awful, they can be, but obviously it gets more and more expensive because the replay costs get higher and higher. You are not almost certainly not going to get those kind of beautiful sort of finish it all in one move kind of boards, because you've got to have them wave after wave after wave. So you do have to be a little bit more flexible, I find, on these ones. That's quite lucky. Again, like I say, you kind of want to set a target, I would say, of about 30 seconds per raid, ideally less, but 30 seconds, not per raid, per wave, sorry. So 30 seconds per wave will generally sort of see you in a reasonable sort of stead. You can't necessarily tell, I don't think, because it's obviously on a tablet, but I am sort of furiously tapping keys as well, because speed remains very important. Now, this is a beautiful board, no two ways about it. I will freeze him there. I will toss in a flame bomb. This hopefully will be... Oh, I should have healed my heroes there, which I now may get to do. Yep. So quick heal to get everybody back to full health. Fire off these, and there we are, he's dead. And that's actually, you can see there that that's going to come in at under 2 minutes. That'll be a very respectful score, especially from those big combos there at the end. So this one should come out much better. 1, 3, 2, 7, 7, 8. I arguably could do better than that. I mean, when you see mission 26, I was up to 1, 3, 6, 3, 8, 5. So I've got 2 missions to go, and I'm 313th. I am going to replay number 27 now. Because, as I say, I'll do that and then I'll finish the video, and then that just leaves me the last 2. I would say I'm reasonably optimistic of getting a top 100 finish. May even go as high as top 10 with a little luck. I'm not as optimistic there. So 2, 5, 4, 7 is the bottom. And realistically, I should be easily scoring at least 200,000 on the last few levels. So I should safely get above that. I would say I'm looking bare minimum now at 2600, which is sort of 36th. Given the time left on the event, that means as long as I don't mess up horrendously, I should be reasonably guaranteed a top 100 finish. And obviously the top 100 finish... does mean that you're eligible for the better rewards. So I would be eligible for 200 mercenary coins, 3 world energy flasks, defibrillator, medical kit, etc., etc. Top 10 obviously offers even better stuff, and obviously first, the very best stuff of all. I think it's very, very unlikely I would be getting for first for this one. Top 10 is unlikely, not wholly impossible, but unlikely, I think. Probably looking at 11 to 100, which to me is very respectable anyway for a free player. And as you can see, I'm already almost in the top 250, which at least, if nothing else, gets me a free summons for next time. So there we go. So I hope there was something useful there. As I say, it's very much a case of... It's not like the challenge events where it's divided into 3 parts and you can view each part separately. You have to consider the overall thing, which to me makes it much more of more a marathon than a sprint. You do need, if you go all out on the first few waves, you will leave yourself exhausted and short of battle items for the later ones. So save your battle items for missions 21 to 30, your best battle items, that is. Moderate battle items before that. If you're lucky enough to have Blunderbuss, I wouldn't necessarily recommend using her before about mission 10, simply because her chance to miss will, her tile damage increase is wasted because the enemy mobs are so weak. Anyway, so there we go. I hope that all makes sense. Good luck to everyone out there. I know there's a lot to sort of squeeze into 3 videos, and I hope I sort of explained it in a way that is understandable, demonstrating where we are there. As I say, I will replay mission 27 I will just do that, and that'll be the end of the video. And then 29 and 30 will still be to go. So going on to 27 here. Not changing my battle items. I will stick with Chrono. No, actually, I will swap off Chrono Blaster, sorry, because this is 27. It's not one of the last few. Let's get that right. Get rid of the... Sorry, this is my... unfortunately, I've got one of these... have I got, yeah, I've got it. I've got one of these screen protectors on, and unfortunately, my screen protector is very, very old and broken, and is now getting in the way. It's I have ordered a replacement. It's just not arrived yet. There we go. So, reasonably quick first wave. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. No major combos yet. Obviously, I've got a blue 5 in a row just sitting there on top of the screen. Like I tend to do, what's her name? Blunderbuss. I don't normally do her first. A red gem is awesome. I can always use an on-color gem. Off-color gems are good too, but an on-color one is great. Not going to use Blunderbuss now because her special skill is already up. I will just chuck in a what do you call it? A flask there to get Thrasher ready, because his special skill will come in handy if this does go anywhere. This is one of these tricky catch-22 situations where I want him dead, but I also want the gem, the grenade. Sorry. Horrible feeling I've made the wrong decision there. Not much I can really do about it about it now, obviously, because once you've made your decision, it's done. Probably then I should have left. I should have used I should have used battle items to get rid of that one enemy mob, and then I would have had the red grenade to use on the last wave. Because as you can see, I'm now really short of red tiles, and that's going to be that. The last wave becomes. By this stage in the event, I would say the last wave is the most important. You can sort of rush the earlier waves, but the last wave is going to be the one which takes the time and the effort and the energy. And obviously here I haven't got that balance at all right. Especially as I've got 2 heroes that are already dead. I may not even manage to actually finish this one without losing. Well, I might just lose it. I might lose all my heroes. It's not certainly going to be a high scoring one. I will keep going because I'm doing the video, but normally here I would probably just hit quit. That's it. Okay, I'm just going to hit quit there. So you can see how quickly it can go wrong, and really the last wave is the one you need to have the best screen, in my opinion. A good screen on the last wave is what will make the difference between a really, really high score and a good score. Okay, so that's my advice. Anyway, so I hope there was something useful in there for everybody. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, and if ever I've spoken to you in chat, make sure you subscribe. You know who you are. You can't see, but I'm actually doing a BDI thing at you there as well. In the meantime, it just remains for me to say, may death come swiftly to your enemies. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Farmer Ben wishing everybody all the best. Goodbye.